trips and falls. He's out here trying to do the moonwalk, and he's not watching where he's going. He's not knowing where you're going when you're moonwalking on TV. But the referee had to come in and stop the play, let him put his hat on, get the microphone back in his pocket. Come on, man.
All right, Senators versus Predators on the ice Saturday afternoon. Senators defenseman Thomas Chaba is upset. This player takes on his first fish on the bench by slamming his stick against the face of his teammate. Travis Harmonic takes the stick right to the face. Look, Harmonic's like, this is a tough ball game to have. I gotta sit here on the bench and take shots from my teammate. Thomas Chaba.
Well, we got the Raiders and the Rams. Thursday night football inside the 2-minute warning. The Raiders punt it to the Rams 2-yard line. And before being down, Raiders wide receiver Mac Allen. Okay, this is pretty good. The Rams just won the game, but they just didn't know that the Rams had Amazon Prime, the quarterback, from Darrell Austin and Baker Mayfield, and even looking at one of the greatest comebacks of the year, right on time. Hey, Mac Collins, hold that pretty next time, brother. Oh, man.
RGC gave over that two-winning drop on Rams quarterback Baker Mayfield. Before just tied in Tyler Higbee, gives him a headbutt. Baker doesn't get on the sideline. This time, without his helmet. But we've seen this before. Flashback to week 10. Baker may come on there with the Packers. Headbutting almost every member of the special teams without his helmet. Baker, we're on next Monday night in Green Bay against the Packers. Watch out. Be careful. Don't be doing that. Come on, man. According to Caesars, 56% of tickets tonight on the Patriots to win at this 3-4. Take a landslide.
I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm also going with the Cardinals. The Patriots is the
Oh, come on, Chicago. Come on.
The Cardinals, they come in there and gets it going tonight. And wow, I'm people wrong.
Patriots defense is good, but they haven't been so great against the most elite receivers. And the Cardinals, right, have them in bunches. I'm going to little narrative now.
Hey, when there's trouble in paradise in New England, they kind of fix it. I think they could have fixed it.
It's Larry's first time back in the
Two months from today, Super Bowl 57. However, tonight on Monday Night Football, we got a team that has won a Super Bowl in this very stadium before, and a team that, of course, their stadium is hosting the Super Bowl 2 months from now in the desert. Speaking of the Patriots and Cardinals, respectively. Whereas Arizona, looking to become the third straight team to host and win a Super Bowl in their own home stadium, but that's out of the question. They lose tonight, they'll fall below 500, and officially, even if they'd win out, still have a losing season. And then look at the playoff picture. Cliff Kingsbury is going to get fired. Cardinal season's over with now, as it is anyway. They could win tonight. We'll see. New England coming off a primetime loss on the first of the month, a week and a half ago, against Buffalo. Whereas Arizona, they're fucked up. So something's got to give. We're also going to be watching WWE Monday Night Raw. They're a few weeks removed from Survivor Series War Games. Past couple Raws and SmackDowns have been all right, but they still got a little over a month away until the Royal Rumble, and then the road to WrestleMania. So fill in some time as they're in the Midwest tonight. We'll have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call for Monday Night Football on ABC ESPN this evening. Of course, the former Fox duo for 20 plus years arrived 2 months early Super Bowl 57 will, in fact, be on Fox 2 months from now, as mentioned, on February the 12th, 2023, with the AFC and NFC champions squaring off, and officially to the second. 2 months from now, we'll probably be at halftime with Super Bowl 57 halftime show, if I'd have to guess. It's normally always about 8 o'clock. And here we are at the top of the hour. We'll have kickoff momentarily. And we're just going to see how the night unfolds on Raw. No idea what they have planned. So we'll see how the show goes. But hashtag NFL, hashtag Monday Night Football, hashtag WWE Raw. But yeah, there's not much else to be said. As always, coming at halftime, we'll first ask stats and scores. We'll recap what happened in the NFL this week, week 14, with 4 more games to be played for everyone, beginning on Thursday football game, week 15 then kicking off. And then we'll recap and preview, and probably take a look at some standings, playoff picture, coaching carousel. Got an attack right off the bat on Monday Night Raw. Bayley making her entrance, and then Becky Lynch attacks the women's tag team champs and Dakota and Io of Damage Control. So she throws both of them over the barricade in the timekeepers area, and now grabs a steel chair and going after Bayley in the ring. So now Becky's going to chase down Dakota and Io through the crowd with that steel chair. So Bayley in action by herself now, as here comes Alexa Bliss. This will be a number 1 contenders match, I do believe, if I'm mistaken. Winner to then face the Raw Women's Champ and Bianca Belair at a later date, as they have Raw tonight, NXT brought to you by OnlyFans tomorrow. AEW will have winners coming on Wednesday. I'll have live watch along reactions of that live here on YouTube then as well, switching back in. Of course, SmackDown this upcoming Friday, the first SmackDown watching live on TV since Black Friday, because I've been at the last 2, so be sure to check out those videos. But then, they have technically this week and then 1 full week next week before they'll take a break for the holidays. They'll actually tape SmackDown for the 23rd this Friday, and Raw for the day after Christmas next Monday. So those spoilers will be out and about. And then they'll return with the house shows up until the New Year's. No day 1 pay-per-view, and then into January they'll have Raw 30 as the go-home for the Royal Rumble at the end of the month as well. So it just seems like, from Survivor Series up until now, even from now until the Rumble, this time that they're going to have to fill, 5 hours a week of Raw and SmackDown, it just seems like it's going to drag, and it has to an extent already. Except Raw and SmackDown haven't been that bad recently, but of course at the end of the day they're going to do what they want anyway, so it doesn't matter what I think. But alright, so they start off the show with this women's number 1 contender match. Alexa Bliss and Bayley, 1-on-1. Bianca Belair actually came out as well. She's ringside, right in front of the announce table, not on commentary, but just sitting there in an office chair. So Raw's underway. We're about to kick off with Monday Night Football, as They brought us in with the opening package, and then, of course, commercial break. And they said kickoff will be 8:13 Eastern time, so we'll have to see if that's officially true or not. Of course, a few hours behind on the West Coast. It says cold right now, which I can understand. That, yes, it does get cold at night in the desert. And with it, of course, being mid-December as well. That's understandable. So the roof's going to be closed. New England's 6-6. Cardinals are 4-8. Still should be a decent game. I haven't streamed the Cardinal game yet this year. For the most part, unless they're in prime time, they're normally not on in my area unless they're playing a local regionally broadcast game nearby, which they haven't yet this year, and their season's sort of gone a different direction than they would have liked it to have gone to this point, with Kyler Murray playing Call of Duty, calling the plays on offense. And like I said, Cliff Kingsbury's going to get fired one way or another. Now, if they'd win out and somehow make the playoffs, maybe not, which I doubt that'll happen. So I think New England's going to win tonight. I do. They're coming off of a loss to Buffalo in a Thursday night game that really wasn't that great either. They couldn't stop Josh Allen, and their offense, as they talking about Mac Jones and the play calling, throw the fucking ball downfield, etc. I think they might. At least they're going to try to. At least, find some rhythm, try to capitalize off of that and score some points, because they can score, but then they also put up duds. They score a couple points here and there, and it's back to their defense, and neither team's really, that good. Even if New England, let alone Arizona, would make the playoffs, they'll lose. New England with a win tonight, they'd get the 7-6 and be the 7th seed in the AFC playoffs, by the way. But another break here as we continue to preview tonight's game. We'll recap at the end, as always. But, we'll see the differences. A lot of players in concussion protocol this weekend with injuries, turnovers, and special teams being the difference in some games too. So, like I said, we'll see what it gives, but still should be a decent game. But I'm not honestly expecting, tell by my voice, anything major to happen in this ball game tonight by any means. Could have a down the wire battle though, for all we know. What defense is going to bend doesn't break. I'm not going to be shocked that would happen, because I do expect, at least early, a lot of 3-and-outs. Like a lot of punts. Like, I would be surprised if the winning team had 20 points. Like, it's going to be a little low scoring. Both teams can score if need be, but they're just, recently, they haven't shown much. So it's hard to, differentiate this or that, or, just however you want to put it. New England's been okay since Brady left. But of course, they're not what they were with him by any means. Arizona, like I said, their season this year compared to last year, at least, because they were one of the last unbeatens last year, and then they, choked late and lost in the playoffs. They extend Kyler Murray the clause with him needing to study and practice and all that, and now that's gone, and out there, calling the offense as he, should as a, general, should, but he, he's too worried about playing damn video games. And rightfully so, to an extent, I can understand that. But he needs to make more plays. He does. He's not that big of a QB, but he's shown he can, to an extent, win. But at the same point in time, they've lost more than they've won this year. And he's, still the starting quarterback. So I'm not saying to bench him by any means, because with Colt McCoy and Trace McSorley behind him, no. They've played a little bit this year, and rightfully so, because of the circumstance of them either pulling somebody out or getting blown out themselves or an injury here or there. Here's another opening video package with these two teams. So, Cliff Kingsbury, I might add, played for Bill Belichick in New England. Backed up Tom Brady early in his career at quarterback, but then got into coaching. Was the head coach at Texas Tech. Was fired. And then, for whatever reason, the Cardinals hired him. As remember a couple years ago, he was going to take the USC offensive coordinator job. And then he had said no to that because he got the Cardinal head gig, and has been there since. But plain and simple, you don't win, you're not going to be around. And they've lost 8 times already this year, and they shit the bed last year. So yeah, we'll see what happens. New England's on the kickoff, so Arizona back deep to receive. We'll go right to left on the kickoff. Left to right across your television screen, radio and audio dial on the return. And, we'll see number 1 Kyler Murray and the Cardinal offense here first. And we'll see what it gives. But both teams are going to have fun in running game, too. Maybe run some play action off of it. Just get the ball playmakers in space, let them work. Plain and simple. So back from break on Raw. Alexa and Bailey one-on-one. But, spoke of Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech. Say one thing here before we get going. Meantime, kickoff, and we will have a return from 5 yards deep and out past the 20 to about the 25, 26 yard line. So just touch back anyway. Be 1st and 10, Arizona from there. But another former Texas Tech head football coach is currently in the hospital. Thoughts and prayers to Mike Leach. Reportedly doesn't look good, doesn't sound good. As, of course, currently he's at Mississippi State as the head Bulldog head coach. But coached at Washington State in between Tech and being in Starkville. Taking over for Joe Moorhead, who took over for Dan Mullen after he had left for Florida. And, ton of movement since all that's happened. But as Mississippi State gets ready for Illinois in the Outback Bowl on New Year's, Mike Leach yesterday reportedly suffered a massive heart attack at 61, and then also had some seizures, and is currently in critical condition. And last I heard earlier today, they were bringing in hospice. So, like I said, reportedly doesn't look good for him, as of course he's always got something to say. And that's what makes him him. And so, yeah, I just want to say thoughts and prayers to Mike Leach, who, honestly, what Arizona does offensively with the air raid, came from him because Cliff Kingsbury played for Mike Leach at Texas Tech. As did a few other current coaches in both college football and the NFL, whether they had coached alongside him or under him, or played under him, excuse me. The air raid offense is spread out across the football landscape as Kyler Murray gets 3 yards on that scramble, and now he's down injured. So maybe we will see Colt McCoy or Trace McSorley now at quarterback. So then that gives, New England a damn good advantage now, at least defensively. Pressure and the turnovers, and then, go from there as long as their offense can, move the ball. Because they're normally, damn good on special teams. So, like I said, yeah, we'll see what it gives, but Arizona's moving the ball there first couple plays, all right. And then Kyler scrambles and goes down awkwardly, and they take a break. So they were checking in on him when we went to break as he was laying on the field. So 2nd and 7, and tied at 0 Monday Night Football with the Pats and Cards. So Alexa Bliss defeats Bailey. It'll be Alexa and Bianca one-on-one for the Raw Women's title at a later date. But no, yeah, Kyler Murray injured, so that's a big story, and we'll see his status, the rest of the way tonight and the rest of the season for that matter. I'll have another Cardinal game by the end of the year. They host the Bucs on Christmas night. I'll have live watch long reactions live here on YouTube of that game as well, so be sure to back in. But hopefully it's okay. Of course, you never want to see anybody get hurt, but I'm sure there's people absolutely loving this right now, especially in his gaming community. He's going to be on COD a lot more now if he's going to officially be out with an injury. But they preview the 3 NFL games on Saturday, which we'll get to those a little bit later on. They'll have a triple header as they, oh shit, Alexa puts Bianca. No. She almost hit her with her sister Abigail as they had the Bray Firefly graphic on the screen flicker, and then she almost hit her with it and then decided not to and walks away. So they cart off Kyler Murray. He's injured. And Arizona now 2nd and 7, Colt McCoy in a quarterback. And a dump off to James Conner. No gain on the play. Of course, Colt McCoy played at Texas. Mike Leach was a former offense coordinator at Oklahoma. And then there's the story earlier today about his fake play sheet that he left, of course, on purpose for them to find, which they did, and then it wasn't working for the Horns because Boomer Sooner got out to a lead and ended up winning the game. So, mind games, if you will, but from the Red River rivalry to a first down to a flashback to SmackDown with the milk truck in the main event. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. It was pretty good. Video of that right here on the channel as well, so be sure to go check it out. But There's Byron Saxon, who sucks. He's backstage interviewing the Alpha Academy. There's a fumble, and the Cardinals luckily recover. So how much is this offense going to change now, Colt McCoy? That's the big question. I mean, I wouldn't think much. I mean, they wouldn't have him in there as a backup, if they didn't believe in him, for one. But then to run this offense, like, you got to have, not necessarily somebody special, but just somebody who, of course, who has the capability of getting it out quick, and you're throwing every fucking play. Literally. You have hardly any running game. That's why, you'd think now back at quarterback they'd want to try to get a running game going, but they're still throwing the ball. So AJ Styles in the club, backstage, looks like they're teasing a match with a phenomenal one for Monday Night Raw tonight. So we'll see what happens there, but third down from the 44. Make it the 36, excuse me. I looked at it the wrong way. They're in Patriot territory. They don't have to get a first down here. Still kick a field goal potentially. Dump off James Conner. Gets to about the 32-yard line. And about a 50-yard field goal here. So 5 minutes in, Kyler Murray's injured. Arizona moves the ball a little bit, but they're going to settle for 3. From the 31 officially, so yeah, make it 49-50. Matt Prater for a 50-yard field goal officially. And the kick's up, and the kick's going to be no good, wide left. Knuckleballed it a little bit at the start. Looked like it was going to hook in, and then it went left, so no good. And New England will take over 1st and 10 from that spot. 0-0 still. And Kyler Murray's injured, carted off, so doubt he'll be coming back tonight, let alone anytime soon. Especially where they're at record-wise and out of it. Because, like I said, if they lose tonight, they're for sure done. But even if they'd win a couple more, I still don't think they'd get in. And even if they did, they'd lose in the playoffs anyway. So even if he's only going to be out for a week or two, which see a replay to see what kind of injury it was or what they're going to report. But I'd shut him down. I don't think Kyler Murray is going to play the rest of the year at this point. Especially for him, why would he want to risk, more injury when, record-wise this year, they're already done for the most part. And then that play right there might have been the last play call Cliff Kingsbury called to Kyler Murray as head coach and quarterback. Because I still think Kingsbury's getting canned one way or another. Let alone, hell, they might try to move on from Kyler Murray if they don't, see, him as their, starter in the future. But at the same point in time, why would you have, signed him to the contract you did last year? If you would have thought that. But at the same point in time, well, what would you be doing right now if you didn't have Kyler Murray? Well, you might still be 4-8, but you might be a little bit better. Might be worse though. So yeah, their season just hasn't gone to par, to say the least. And now New England, they'll take over, and ball's in their court to not necessarily blow them out because Arizona's still half decent on defense. They have lost 8 games though, so New England should win this game with Kyler Murray out, you would think. So So we'll see what it gives. But from the 40, 1st and 10, right back to it. And Mac Jones looking to throw. And over the middle, it's caught, 1st down. Past midfield. And it's Devontae Parker from Louisville to Miami. Now up to Foxborough, Boston, Mass. They say a knee injury for Kyler Murray, and that's a non-contact. So, of course, you don't want to speculate, but never even want to expect the worst either. But that doesn't look good. Probably guarantee he blew his knee out. Similar to any other non-contact injury, it's never good. Yeah, a lot of injuries this weekend. Concussion protocol, knee ankle injury yesterday as well, among a few others, with bumps and bruises. But I mean, it's football, and it's mid-December, so everybody's banged up. You've been playing since late July, with camp to the preseason. Now week 14 in the regular season, for God's sake. So it's expected, but then a severe, serious injury like that, yeah, that just sucks. So of course, once again, never want to see anybody get hurt, but that didn't look good. Big 3rd down, though, for New England. They get the 1st down, but then only a yard from there. Now they're going to go backwards with a false start, so make it 3rd and 14 for Pye. And they'll replay it down. And back to Raw. They do say AJ Styles and Chad Gable one-on-one tonight. I believe that's coming up next. And then the other number 1 contender match this evening will be Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins, and then the winner to face Austin Theory at a later date for the United States Championship. So, the official, the original, the only club that matters, Too Sweet Me. Here comes the OC. No Machine Gun, no Chad Too Bad this evening. Just AJ, the big LG, Luke Doc Gallows, and me, Em. Of course, Anderson, your never open lightweight champ, I believe was the name, in New Japan. And then he's now going to work Wrestle Kingdom on January the 4th as well. That's probably where they'll have him defend that title. As he was supposed to do that a little over a month ago. They had Crown Jewel. And then it works out. But Too Sweet, it'll be AJ Styles one-on-one coming up next on Raw. So shoosh please, and a thank you. New England, that penalty, false start, 3rd 14. They don't convert, so they have to punt. So we've seen 2 punts already. Almost 6 minutes in on both drives, 2 3-and-outs. Arizona missed a field goal, but turnover and down still. And then a hold on the return, and then half the distance, and Arizona ball 1st and 10 when we return. So leave it at that, and we'll see what happens. 0-0, but might be in for a long game. Let alone a long episode of Raw. Because it should be a good match with AJ and Chad Gable. One's a former Olympic finalist a decade ago in 2012 for the U.S. in amateur wrestling, and then you have one of the best, if not the best, in the world at what he does. The one and only, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles in pro wrestling. So, yeah, hashtag WWE Raw, hashtag NFL, hashtag Monday Night Football when you share on social media. But just as always, thank you for tuning in and listening. Rest Encyclopedia Sports, go ahead and Luke 96. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Scroll down and check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit that red subscribe button, notification button next to it. Right here on YouTube. Thumbs up button. Share, as mentioned, with those hashtags, or honestly, whatever the hell you want to hashtag. Just be sure to share, and then chat questions, and comments, super chats, super stickers, super likes, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. As well as AJ Styles tells Chad Gable to shoosh, and then they work corner to corner, and then a backbreaker and a too sweet. So, too sweet. But AJ should win this with ease. There's a big chop, but give a commercial for the college football playoff. Colt McCoy is 1-1 all time in his career against the New England Patriots. He's been around. He has. He was in Cleveland, Washington, maybe somewhere else, but of course in Arizona. He'll hand off to James Conner from ERIE, plays college ball at Pitt, former Steeler who has battled cancer, and since he went to Arizona, he's actually been able to run the football. And they hand off to him there, and gets a Cardinal first down out past the 25 to the 31-yard line. Be first and 10, or to the 26, 5 yards short. First and 10 Arizona, the pistol from there. And to the 40 on the reception, first and 10. Cards again. Of course, they have weapons to throw the ball to. DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Hollywood Brown. You got Zach Ertz at tight end. But, I mean, with Kyler Murray out, and, he's a dual threat quarterback and also run it, Colt McCoy really can't. They run the ball here a little bit more tonight, probably now with him out. Probably get the screen game involved as much as they can. Take your shots, but they'll hand off again there, Connor. 2, maybe 3 yards, but... It's 2nd and 7, but... yeah, plug and play with as many, star caliber players as they have. They also have Rondale Moore, who they drafted out of Purdue, but he's injured. As is Zach Ertz at tight end, even though he's up for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Brown in motion, but then McCoy goes down on the sack. So 3rd and long. But still have AJ Green, with Hollywood Brown. AJ Brown's the former Titan in Philly. Got his former GM fired, seemingly. But no, with a 3rd and long coming up, I'd probably just run a draw, maybe a screen, cut your loss, punt, play field position, put them deep, make them drive on you, just play good defense, just back and forth until, you get a spark going. 3rd and 13 from the 38, they'll throw it. Over the middle, it's caught. Hopkins, well, what do I know? They get a first down. So they're aggressive. There's a flag on the play. So, yeah, under Hopkins, Marquise Hollywood Brown, the former Raven, A.J. Green, the former Bengal, Robbie Anderson, the former Jet and Panther. Illegal shift. They'll have to replay it down. Not everybody was set. 5-yard penalty, 3rd and 18 now. But then, even when they would have Ertz, because they got him in a trade from Philly, Connor signed away from Pittsburgh to the desert. The big question is, Kyler Murray already injured. And Colt McCoy now starting quarterback. Is Trace McSorley dressed tonight? Because if not, who's the emergency quarterback? But they still have a, decent trio at tight end to potentially get the ball to. But McCoy, 3rd and 18, just going to dump it off. And that is to one of the 3 tight ends that I was just speaking of. And Trey McBride, they also have Max Williams and Steven Anderson. But 4th down, they'll punt. So they missed a field goal and then penalty cost them, they punt. Sort of what happened in New England. Penalty cost them, they had to punt as well. So yeah, it's just special teams factor right now until, somebody gets a spark on offense. Seemingly just going to play field position, back and forth, and then, we'll go from there. And like I said, I honestly feel like 20 points is going to be the max for the winner here this evening. If that. But we'll see what it gives. So I play the game. New England audibling on defense on the punt return. They almost block it. And then it'll be down about the 5, maybe 8-yard line. Took a bounce. Now got some pushing and shoving. There's a flag on the play. So, see what the dirty laundry is here from the Zebras. Some big German suplexes in the ring with Chad Gable and AJ Styles. Got a hold on the punt return again. It'll be half the distance and 1st and 10 New England, but they'll take a TV timeout and we'll get back to the action momentarily. Shit, that place really blossomed, really grew up around the stadium. What it used to look like when they first, built it. And then the retractable field, moving it in and out of the stadium to have it grow outside. Just like in Vegas as well, with the Raiders' new digs in Allegiant Stadium. Here we are. I believe Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers still have some say on it being State Farm Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. But you got to crown them, man. Crown their ass, and we'll see if anybody lets anybody off the hook tonight or not on Monday Night Football. New England really doesn't have anybody, special teams wise that could return some kicks to make a difference in this game, even though they've won that way already this year on the road, I might add. So yeah, these offenses just got to find some rhythm. This feels like it's going to be one of those games. It's slow and steady. Very slow. Styles clash. Yep. Cover. 1, 2, 3. AJ with the win on Monday Night Raw. Too sweet. But, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But it seems like the rest of that are now going to throw a penalty on every damn play, too. So it's like, honestly, let's just, get this game over with, because, other than New England winning and getting the 7th seed in the playoffs, other than that, this game doesn't mean jack shit. It doesn't. They said it's the 40th anniversary of the snowplow game for the Patriots to the day, and we're 2 months away from the Super Bowl being played in this very stadium. In the meantime, New England's got to go the distance, 97 yards from the 3-yard line, 1st and 10. Under center's the Big Mac. Extra pickle, please. Handoff, and maybe 4 yards on the run. Now we go backstage on Raw with Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis. There's Candice LeRae as well. She asks, "What are you doing?" And then, is that Nikki Cross in the background? Peeping. Yeah. As Dexter shows off the bag of money he has. But then, yeah, they drew a bunch of shit on the dry erase board. And Dexter honestly probably drew that too. But first down New England in the meantime. So yeah. Dexter gonna grab his bag of money. There's people on the moon. Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis side by side. Dog getting cloned, and then money in the mix as well, as here comes the Judgment Day. Didn't see all the club, but we're going to see all the Judgment Day. Yes, we will. There's Finn. There's Priest. And then there's Dom Mysterio and his mommy, Rhea Ripley, as they make their entrance. So, previous play under further review. And they say catch and first down, and then a fumble. But yeah, he was clearly down before that ball came out. That's a catch and a fumble, but a catch and down by contact before the ball came out. And Arizona challenged for whatever fucking reason. So they're going to lose that. It'll stand as called, or just depends on what the ruling on the field is. They have to find it to return it. Are they going to have that? I don't know. Because I don't even know what the hell the ruling on the field is. But I don't even know why they're challenging, because there's nothing to challenge. He caught it. He was down, and then the ball came out. So it's going to be New England ball 1st and 10, not Cardinal football. Got a 6-man tag with the Judgment Day coming up next on Raw. It'll be them and the Street Profits with Baron Corbin's worst nightmare right now, and Akira Tozawa and his new blonde hair. Dexter could get involved in this one, I know, too, potentially. There's an NXT commercial. They just came off of a pay-per-view this past weekend. Their first ever I believe it's called, as I don't watch NXT anymore, but as it was NXT Deadline, TakeOver Deadline, Iron Survivor Challenge or something like that. So I don't even know how the hell that went, but yeah, they're coming off of that. They got the show tomorrow. OnlyFans content to be made for the show as well. And then AEW Wednesday, Impact New Japan Thursday, SmackDown Friday. Catch stands, yeah, it's first down. Why the hell did the Cardinals challenge that? Lose the challenge, lose the fucking timeout. Like, what the fuck? That was clearly a catch, and he was down before the ball came out. Like, I don't get why he challenged that. So it stands, 1st and 10 New England, as it was a catch on the field from the 17-yard line, now an empty set. So, yeah, just what the fuck? And Mac Jones going to run away for a yard out of bounds. Jesus Christ. I think Joe Buck might be popping some tops here before too long, myself included. This game, man, holy shit. Will somebody score some damn points? Dump off on the screen, and nice stiff arm. And then a first down out to around the 30. And got a block from Ramondre Stevenson with Hunter Henry. And nice stiff arm there. First and 10, they motion him and then hand off to Stevenson for about 3, maybe 4 yards, and now he's a little slow to get up. And that's not good for New England because he's our number 1 running back. So, yeah, 2 injuries in this first quarter, 1 by each team, and just a lot of injuries this weekend. What can you do, though? This game might be 3-0 final score. Yeah, twisted there a little bit at the end. Yeah, left knee. Kathy Kelly backstage in gorilla position with an interview. Tap think it's going to be the Street Profits. Kurzawa, yeah, there he is with his red solo cup. No more Ninja, but yeah, they're going to be in action against Judgment Day coming up next. They'll take a split screen commercial on Raw with the injury. Next man up mentality. I mean, I have no idea who the hell's going to win this game at this point now. Let alone care for that matter. I like Arizona to win as a Steelers fan, give the Patriots another loss. I mean, Pittsburgh would still be a game behind at 5-8 compared to 6-7, but, of course they played week 2. New England has a head-to-head win as well, but, I mean, once again, even if both these teams or other teams would make the playoffs, they're going to be losing for the most part anyway. There's a couple teams that stand out, but everybody else still, even come playoff time, they'll be... What the fuck? They'll be... Mac Jones gets hit on the sack. It's picked off. Be first and 10 Arizona from the 36-yard line. So we'll see if they can try to capitalize off this now. Did his jersey get ripped too? His right side, right sleeve. Yeah, play action and then just got hit. Ball was tipped. He wanted to go deep. And it's in the air, and then they just come down with it. So, interception. Cardinals already in field goal range. They did miss from 50, but try to score here now. No, Kurzawa backstage was going crazy. He must love those red solo cup set. Fill you up and let's have a party, all right. But six-man tag on Raw. Couple yards there. Make it 6 officially to the 30. 2nd and 4 for Arizona. Off the turnover. And Colt McCoy going to go deep far side in the end zone, incomplete. 10 for DeAndre Hopkins, so. He's still going to play, fight through the adversity, next minute mentality with the injuries here. And then, well, you can't turn the ball over though either like they did, so. They're just going to get a stop. Yeah, we might be in for a low scoring game tonight. If this keeps up, at least. I mean, Colt McCoy slant over the middle, caught Brown at the 20, but all you need is a spark. And then you just got to build up momentum, rhythm, sink it, capitalize, put in the end zone, and score. Hand off to Connor. They're going to try to get 6 on this drive rather than settle for 3 and then miss the field goal again. But can the former player in Cliff Kingsbury beat his old boss and Bill Belichick, who he played for? Second and 7, Colt McCoy pass caught. Out a yard, maybe 2 for number 2, Hollywood Brown. Be 3rd and medium. You know, normally Belichick, former assistants who go up against him as the head coach elsewhere, let alone rookie quarterbacks, normally don't have good success. Colt McCoy's been around the league. There's a scoreless quarter, 0-0 at the end of 1. So, yeah. Be 3rd down and 5 for the Cards when we come back, but Finn Balor one-on-one here in a 6-man tag with Akira Tozawa. He's back to his old gimmick. Shorts, blonde hair, off the ropes with Priest in the way, and then a chop, but he ain't moving. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. And then Finn with a big clothesline from behind. Akira Tozawa. Finn gonna go up top. Pose for the crowd. And they fade to black. So a double commercial break here for both Monday Night Football and Monday Night Raw. So take a break here for a second. We'll get back to the action momentarily. Just once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below.
Next time you order 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you can eat it in one shop. Because hundreds of new electric vehicles are rolling out to deliver Domino's across America.
So as we start the second quarter, Kyler Murray is going to be out for the rest of the game. So says his head coach and Cliff Kingsbury, but that's all he knows. So still next minute mentality. Colt McCoy hasn't done that bad of a job. Hasn't turned over like Mac Jones has just yet, but they missed a field goal, punted. Going to settle for another 3 here. The incompletion, make it 4th and 6. So this field goal going to be 33 yards, which is an extra point nowadays. And the kick's up, and the kick's good. 3-0 Cardinals. 14:52 to play in the first half. So they do capitalize off the turnover. And one-score game here, but still a lot of ball left. Yeah, for sure. No, but yeah, we'll see what New England does here, and then we'll go from there. But our preview on Monday Night Football already for next week. It'll be Rams, Packers. We'll also have live watch along actually every do that. So just tune back in. Rams, Packers, Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers, Baker with what he did Thursday night. Yes, we talked about that yesterday. That game makes that game a hell of a lot more interesting now. So we'll tune in to watch that, so be sure to tune in. But Cardinals going to kick off. And a touchback. And of course, on Twitter, how social media is, there's nothing official yet, but like I said earlier, it wasn't reportedly looking good from what I've heard from Mike Leach suffering a massive heart attack and then seizures as well, in critical condition, bringing in hospice, which is never a good sign. That RIP Mike Leach is trending, but there's a ton of people that are saying that's false. So people, yeah, like, get your damn head on straight and don't be trying to, be the first to break this or that. Just let it unfold as it's going to unfold. And if I hear anything, I'll let you know. But yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think anybody's expecting, a current head coach, because it very rarely happens. You see assistant coaches every once in a while pass away. But then somebody like him with everything he says and how he says it, has an opinion on this and that. People call him a national treasure. I mean, rightfully so. And then what he's done for the game, and yeah, just a tough one. But I'll leave it at that. Patriots move the ball here a little bit again. First and 10 at the 36-yard line officially. Try to tie this game up, let alone take a lead, handoff, and 9 yards there. So update. Okay, so questionable injuries. Or questionable to return, with the injuries suffered tonight. They're not questionable injuries. They were injured. But it's still next to mentality. And of anybody on any team that, knows that, do your job. It's the New England Patriots. So
considered their best corner. He's missed out the last 4 games, and Marco Wilson was grabbing at his shoulder a while ago. Wow, look at that. First down.
they'll take a break, and the 6-man tag continues on Raw. Pin on the cover, 1-2, and then a breakup. I'd have to think that for the crowd, Street Profits are probably going to win this match. But it's also Finn Balor, Judgment Day. Good heels to, piss people off. Is Akira Tozawa really going to get the hot tag? Yes, he does. And just goes to town on Dominic Mysterio. Nice big crossbody off the ropes, and then everybody getting involved, so they're going to go home here in a second. Remember, Akira and Dom are your legal competitors. Yep, 2 months. Super Bowl 57. Nice suicide dive there by Tozawa. Kamikaze his way out of the ring. Back into the ring. And then a DDT to Finn. And then another DDT to Dom. And then wants to go up top again. He literally got the hot tag and has been in control. But now Priest's going to grab him and throw him on the ring apron. Mac Jones is passed, complete another Patriot first down. Okay, so the ref never saw that. Dom cover 1, 2, 3 on Tozawa on the Judgment Day, pick up the win. Even without Ramondre Stevenson. Damian Harris with a first down run. But there's a flag on the play. Probably hold, probably coming back. Personal foul face mask, actually. 15 yards. Tacked on, automatic first down. And now Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis are out on the concourse. level, and they walk up to the merch table, and Dexter puts down his bag of money, and they're gonna buy like literally everything at the merch table. There's a bunch of I was there t-shirts. It's gonna be nice and well, now he's gonna grab all these stuffed animals and all these t-shirts and all these hats and be nice to he grabs the teddy bear. Be nice to these fans. Give them all these t-shirts. What the fuck? Yeah, he'll give the teddy bear to a kid. Alright, that was a little odd. And then a SmackDown preview. Roman Reigns going to return. In the meantime, though, the Patriots just scored a touchdown. And the extra point's up and good. So now we got some action. It's 7-3. Damian Harris. Touchdown Pats be 7-3. As we near halftime. But yeah, we'll see how this shakes out until then, and then I'm honestly at the point, even though I'm an hour in to this, I don't feel like watching this game, let alone watching Raw tonight, because to an extent they both suck, let alone talking about both. So I might just say fuck it and sign off at halftime and be done, and then I'll see everybody later on this week. Keep an eye out for the bowl game preview as well in college football. Hell, we've already recapped and previewed everything that's already happened this week in the NFL anyway, so no need to do that to begin with, and there's nothing going on in college football game-wise that we haven't already talked about, and still preview that like I said, sometime this week for all the bowl games this bowl season that begin on Friday. But I mean, nothing there for a while. Scoreless first quarter, and then a field goal and a touchdown back to back. So I mean, maybe we got something cooking, but just one of those nights that it just feels like this game is going to be boring, let alone, Raw with what they've done. I mean, at times, yeah, it's been all right, but not necessarily bad shows or a bad game, just slow. Winter's coming, so slow as molasses, but it's just honestly not even the mood. But we'll see what happens here, and then we'll go from there. Knowing me, I'll probably still stay on until the end of all these tonight with this game and the show, but I don't know. We'll see. It's just this game, man, until those 10 points were scored. And even with those 10 points being scored, still not a lot going on. But what are they going to have next on Raw is the big question, because they just finished up with that 6-man tag and then the segment out on the concourse area at the merch stand, at the merch table, with them buying all the stuff they bought. because they recently wrote off Riddle with a, in quotes, injury, but that's because they suspended him. He was suspended for violating the wellness policy. So who knows what he took. But I guess they're going to be sending him to rehab for a month. And now, what do we got on Raw? Johnny Gargano coming out. And Dexter Lumis walking behind him with a yard sale shopping cart to throw shit in with everything he just bought at the damn merch stand, and now he's going to throw it into the crowd. Speaking of Matt Riddle, there's a hat. Looks like he threw a knee brace. There's another hat. Bunch of shirts. There's a Lily doll. And Bloodline t-shirt. So I guess they're in this holiday giving spirit. Okay. They make enough money to live on merch as it is. They can give some away. It's all right. They're literally throwing out free merch to everybody in the crowd. Who's coming out, though, is the question to scroll them over. The one dude just got fucking like 3 shirts. What the hell? It's basically everybody on the floor. Nobody up on the sides getting anything. Corey Graves getting a t-shirt. And he says no, and then gives it to Patrick, the star. There's at least a good 100 shirts in that, if not more. And then a couple hats, and now Gargano up on the table. Oh, that's a slingshot gun. They're going to shoot these t-shirts out of the cannon into the crowd. Okay. Why they do shit like this when, you know, I'm there? Oh shit, it's The Miz. The Miz comes out of nowhere in all black and steals the bag of money from Dexter Lumis, but then there's Adam Pearce cutting him off. And he said, no, you got to give him the money back. And then Miz is like, why? This is pretty funny. Colt McCoy going to go deep down the far side. Hollywood Brown incomplete. So Gargano and Miz with Dexter Lumis as well in the ring. Miz going to have to give the money back. Unless Dexter might do what Dexter does to The Miz. Whether that be in wrestling or the TV show or some wannabe via Dateline. Miz saying it's my money. And then Dexter Lumis gonna like try to walk around Pierce, but he's saying no, get back. We're gonna handle this probably with a match. Remember, they had Miz and Lumis finally have their one-on-one match, and then Lumis won and got the contract. I was actually, when they brought Lumis back, early August, I was there. video from that live here on the YouTube channel as well. So be sure to check it out. He was literally right in front of me when he had returned. He snuck up, standing right there, and they arrested him. And then he kept doing all the crazy, stupid shit that he does. You know, just being weird. But it talk about getting shit over and being over the crowd. Edge of the seat, like, you don't know what the hell's going to happen. Gargano just told Loomis something. He gives him a thumbs up in return. So, Gargano and Miz, both from Cleveland. Of course, Loomis was, what's his name in Impact at one point in time. So we got 2 Cleveland, Ohio guys. Loomis from Wyoming in quotes, and then the postman who can deliver mail anywhere. But they're having a promo back and forth. Don't know really what they're saying because I have it on mute as always, but now they look above. Is something going to fall out of the sky? Are they going to drench Miz in slime or shit or something like that? Or no, they're going to have... No, that's exactly what they're going to do. Have a ladder match for the fucking purse with all the money. Right? That's what it seems like. Winner take all. Cardinals incomplete in the end zone as he was out of bounds. So 4th down, and they'll kick on a field goal. Yeah, one-handed snag, but about 2 yards out, incomplete. Would have been a touchdown if he, was in the green, but he was on the white. 32-yard field goal. They made from 33, of course, missed from 50, but just a yard inside, an extra point, kicks up and good. So 7-6. 9:35 to play in the first half. Is this first half just going by so slow, or just me? Miz is going to figure out a way to get the money. Rematch next week. They still have a shit ton of merchandise left to give to everybody. Pierce says that's okay. Miz going to be dressed as Santa's little elf. Of course, that goes back to Gargano when he first debuted up on the main roster. Sort of as a leprechaun elf. So they make fun of that. This is still Dexter's money, so thanks. Miz going to give out the rest of the merchandise. Happy elf. Smile a little bit. Miz needs to run into a raccoon. Miz just starts chucking the shirts into the crowd now. Oh my. And then they go backstage. But, alright. That was pretty good. Did turn the volume up there at the end. Just to, see what the overall picture is going to look like. And I guess they'll have a rematch with Miz and Loomis at the earliest next week.
was a long-time defensive coach and recently defensive coordinator, head coach of the Lions. He coached the offensive line back in 2005. This was pitcher Trevor makes the stop last year. And also the player, too. The running committee is getting the Cardinals. And Tommy has been down the field. All the different things that the New England does with their screen game. They try to run more screens than any other team in football. They do it a lot differently. I don't know if maybe the same guys.
Big third down here for the Pats, offensively with a 1-point lead. 3rd and 13 officially. They don't convert, Cards will get the ball back with good field position. And even without Kyler Murray, they're not playing half bad. Pats do convert. Need 13, they got 14. First down. Another first down for New England. No, they say incomplete. All right. So another third down. Play game now. So they roll it dead. Flag on play, 5 yards. I'll move them back to another 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14. 7.5 to play in the half. Up 1, 7-6. So we'll see if they can convert again, but not a hell of a lot going on right now in this game. Even with 13 points scored, not much to talk about. Screen, 4, maybe 5 yards, but they'll have to punt. So the Cards will get the ball back with some decent field position. They're going to try to take their second lead of the night. They're up 3-0, but then Pat scored, and then their field goal. They're still down, but yeah, 7-6.
Rooted away.
Pat's punt, not a good one. And it'll go out about 35-yard line, looks like. We'll see officially where they spot it. Yeah, 36-yard line. So 1st and 10, Arizona from there, down 1, 7-6 here on Monday Night Football. Colt McCoy's pass, complete, 1st down. Cards out past midfield. Got 2 timeouts, 6.5 here before halftime. 2-minute warning. See if they can score here. New England get the ball big in the second half, though. But, I mean, game's starting to get a little interesting. But still nothing major. Dump off on a screen to the 43, 2nd down, but it might turn into, back and forth game here potentially. I mean, it sort of already has after, a slow start there, but I wanted to, hope, let alone, expect that. What a catch, though. The 21-yard line. Robbie Anderson wanted out of Carolina, so they traded him, and now Cardinal. Been there for good, solid month, almost 2 at this point. And a 1st down for the Cards. Colt McCoy's pass complete. Robbie Anderson again, seemingly his favorite target on this drive at least. Another first down for the Cards. And they're, working some clock here, but, nothing necessarily major. A couple minutes on this drive now. But they got a first and goal from the 10, so I'm going to try to take another lead here. Score a touchdown for the first time rather than settle for another field goal. And they'll hand off James Conner, and inside the 5 he goes, cross goal line, so to speak, in the end zone, touchdown Cardinals. Bulldoze his way in for number 6. And they'll probably go for 2. They're 12-7. Rather than kick the extra point, make it, a 6-point lead. Go for, I guess still early, but go for 2, and that's a touchdown. Make it a 7-point lead. So about almost a 4-minute drive. They will kick the extra point. All right. 2:59 to play in the half. New England's got 3 timeouts. Extra point up and good. 13-7. So, all right. Back and forth here, but I bet you any money I probably still will sign off here at halftime because I don't feel like calling the rest of this game, let alone talking really about wrestling this evening. Just not in the mood at this point, hour, half or so in. But then at the same point in time, I'll still update everybody with the finish if I do sign off here tonight. I'll update everybody on Thursday for what we'll see Thursday night on Thursday Night Football with the 49ers and Seahawks. Everybody's blowing their whistle. No flag. And the Patriot way with this Belichick video package from 01 to 19, 17 division titles, 9 Super Bowl appearances, and 6 Super Bowl wins. And all it's for cheers to the Patriots. But the Bills have dethroned the Pats in the AFC East. Since Brady's left, Miami's right there, along with the Jets as well to an extent. So, and New England with a win at 7-6, they'd have the double head-to-head against Gangrene, who's also 7-6, and New England with the win tonight, as mentioned earlier, would be the 7th seed in the AFC playoffs with 4 weeks to play. So we'll see now. New England, about 2 minutes to play, can do anything. Now, on those first 2 plays, they couldn't. I'll take this 2-minute warning, 3rd down. Still got 3 timeouts, but they're not calling any of those. They don't convert here. Different story if they do. Go from there then. But Cards with 2 timeouts. Maybe one if they call a timeout, right off the bat and get the ball back with some time. It's about a minute 45, 50 or so after a punt potentially. Let alone, minute 10, 15, 20, somewhere in there with 1 timeout to, try to drive and score and extend their lead some more. Up 13-7 already. It's all depending on what happens on the 3rd down when we come back with 2 minutes to play. It's 13-7, Arizona. But leave it at that. We'll see what happens.
Last year, we were able to deliver 6 Subarus full displays to the Salvation. Our goal is to double that. So we've added 5 more locations to make it easier to donate new and unwrapped presents. So please, join
Got backstage on Raw with the Bloodline. And then they beat up Elias. Alright. Oh shit, that was actually a little while ago, a couple weeks ago. I don't know why I didn't say however many weeks ago or earlier today like it normally does. Because I said that, and then it's like, Elias has been wrote off a little bit. Like, they haven't done anything with him. And then, yeah, the Bloodline beat him up. Along with Riddle, they write him off, but Riddle's been suspended. Violation of the wellness policy, so. Yeah, they say 6 weeks, which is a little over 30 days in a month. I mean, it could be a surprise for the Rumble to return, but who knows what he got caught with, what he tested positive for. But Owens now backstage with an interview, so let's see what the prize fighter has to say. Kevin Owens says Solo is a very dangerous man, and then Elias walks up to Kevin Owens, and he's starstruck. Like, can you believe this? Like, jaw-dropping. Like, Ezekiel, right? That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, no, I'm Elias. Owens in Elias's corner. The months and months of what you put me through earlier this year. His brother Zeke. That's you, right? Owens has a point. Like, why would he be in his corner? Make it even? No. But then they'll come full circle. It'll be for the Bloodline. It's all in the past. Let's just move on. Can I count on you to be in my corner? You need me. Owens probably say, all right, whatever. Now he just walks off. So, comes back. Still doesn't say anything, walks off again. So the big question is, will Kevin Owens be in Elias's corner tonight? All right, we'll see. As they show off the playoff pictures, but under 2 to play, New England couldn't do anything. And then the Cards have a 1st and 10 with 1 timeout, minute 42 to play, and good field starting from the 41-yard line. So they're going to look to score again here before halftime. 16, 20-7 potentially. Let alone nothing, and it stays as it is. About 4 yards on that run, be 3rd and short with a minute to play and a timeout for the Cards here in this first half. And, I mean, it'd be a long field goal here. They don't convert. About 50 yards again, which they missed from. Which they're going to have to kick another 50-yarder because they don't get anything on that play. It'd be 4th and yard. They can drain this clock, though, if they want to. Because New England, even with 3 timeouts, under a minute to play, about a 9-10 second differential between the game clock and play clock. It doesn't seem like they're in any hurry to stop it, to potentially get the ball back, but actually they do call a timeout now. So the Cards are going to have to kick about a 50-yard field goal. Which is, they scored 1 touchdown, missed a 50-yard field goal, and then made a 33 and 32-yard field goal, and they lead 13-7. Actually, the Cardinals called their 3rd and final timeout. Why the hell would you call your 3rd and final timeout in 36 seconds? You drain it until you call it, and then if you go for it on 4th and 1, I mean, I get you want to give yourself some time, but you're not going to have any timeouts now. They're going to go for it rather than kick it. And then what does New England do with 3 timeouts in 30 seconds? Do they, try to do something, or do they just take a knee and go into halftime? That's the big question. All right, they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Could be a big play here because New England stops them, capitalize off it quick before halftime, get the ball begin in the 3rd quarter, score again. Like, be a big change of possession. That should have been caught for a 1st down, but then the defender got his hand up and it's incomplete. Knocked it down. So turnover on downs. Be 1st and 10 New England with 32 seconds and 3 timeouts. And, I mean, need a good 50 yards for a field goal. Maybe even a little bit further. New England haven't even attempted a field goal tonight. They scored touchdowns, they kicked an extra punch for 33 yards, but see the Cards missed a 50-yarder, they made 2, but even inside, whether it be on grass or turf, field goals aren't a given from any distance. Is that pass going to be caught? Nelson Aguilar for 9 yards, gets out of bounds. 2nd and 1, 27 seconds, and they still got 3 timeouts. Because the clock, of course, stops if you get out of bounds. So from the 41, here we go again. 2nd and a yard. I'd take a shot. Why not? You're looking for something, down the middle of the field. And go far sideline again, Hunter Henry, and a 1st down. Gets out of bounds again, clock stops. Minnesota Downs. Still got all 3 timeouts. Yeah, exactly. 23 seconds. Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias, and he's got a portrait of Matt Riddle. They're not playing the bongo drums anymore because Riddle's been hitting the bong a little too much, probably, with maybe some other substances. That's why I've highlighted the wellness policy, it seems like, even though they don't test for pot anymore. So they say. But Elias picking the old guitar tonight on Raw. And if Owens is going to be in his corner, we could have loud boo towards how bad or how good. They could have got a different picture of Matt Riddle. Jesus Christ. Let alone zoom in on his face. Pass complete down the middle. Hunter Henry inside the 30, 1st and 10. New England at 20. They still got all 3 timeouts. 10 seconds now. So burn one of those. But no, remember with Owens and Elias in Seattle, talking about the Supersonics. Walk with Elias. But in Milwaukee with the Bucks and Giannis.
Now, you may not know this, but it was Matt Riddle's dream to perform with me in this ring.
Matt Riddle's dream to perform with Elias in the ring. Well, he's performing with an adult film star now. Along with going to have to go to rehab for being suspended for violating the wellness policy. Got a fumble. New England recovers. 4 seconds. 2nd and long. And now they'll have to kick about a 50-yard field goal. All right, Elias. Oh my God. I'm doing a folded up piece of paper that Riddle supposedly wrote on with some lyrics to this song that Elias is going to sing. If he can get the paper propped up on the stand here. He says, please enjoy. Somebody's coming out. Probably his opponent, whoever that's going to be, let alone Kevin Owens, to be in his corner. What's Elias going to sing about? The grass is green. The sky's blue. Best friend. You're my bro. Good God. Zeke. Elias, you're my bros, the song. 51-yard field goal to end the half for the Pats, and it's up and good. So 13-10 is your halftime score. Cardinals lead. Patriots get the ball to begin the second half. It's time for a solo. All right. Who the hell's coming out? Solo Sikoa. Not that kind of solo, says Corey Grace. The real deal Solo Sikoa. Puts on any more weight, he's going to turn into MAGA. And now people are starting to realize that. But he's going to come out with the honoraries, Sami Zayn. So it'll be one-on-one Elias and Solo. With Sami in Solo's corner and potentially Owens in Elias's corner. And then that continues the bloodline shit. Of course, they teased Sami for this week on SmackDown to show up with a fresh look. Do they turn on him or does he turn on them? So on and so forth. We'll see. They're going to wrestle literally on the black mat that they have, unless they go to break here. Actually, they do roll that up real quick. So they're back to the normal mat rather than the carpet that they had for the setting of the performance for that segment. But a singles match on Raw coming up. We'll see how the final hour or so of Raw goes. But along with the second half of this Monday Night Football game. But I'm going to sign off. And I'll see everybody later on this week. We'll have more live watch along reactions over on YouTube, so we tune back in. And then on Thursday Night Football, I'll update what happens in the second half of this Monday night game with the Cardinals and Patriots. 13-10 your score for Arizona in the lead. New England get the ball to begin the second half, though, after a 51-yard field goal there to end the half, to cut the lead to 3. So, that'll do it this evening. for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool and Luke 96. So, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links, as always,